Hi everyone. Hello guys, so as you can tell, this is not our normal setup. I am actually currently in Croatia, in Zagreb, which is really exciting. And you might be wondering, Piper, what the hell are you doing in Croatia? Well, let me tell you. So I'm actually here with Asus, who have just released a brand new laptop called the ZenBook Duo, which is a different version of another laptop that they had called the ZenBook Pro Duo. And I'm just here with them to do a challenge today around Zagreb, Croatia. I thought it'd be really fun, since I don't really travel too often, to actually make a little travel zine for you guys to see, and also show you guys how I make a zine. And today we're actually going to be doing a zine in a day. So I'm going to be using my new Asus laptop and just showing you guys my process and bringing you guys along. I'm going to be sightseeing, checking out all the cool spots in Zagreb, making some illustrations from them, and then making a zine out of it, and hopefully printing it out and showing you guys what it looks like in the end. So let's get into it. So I decided to start off my day with a little bit of planning and deciding where I was actually going to go to do some sightseeing and, you know, observational drawing. So I whacked out my Asus ZenBook Duo and decided to do a little bit of bullet journaling before my day started, because there's no better way to start a day than to start it off with bullet journaling. So I went on Google and I searched up some really nice Zagreb sightseeing spots and like places you have to go to if you're ever in Zagreb. And using the dual screen over here, it's so easy to like have multiple programs open. As you can see, I had my Spotify, my little Sketchpad app, and my Google open all at once. But because I was just bullet journaling, I decided to just have my little notepad drawing app over there at the bottom, with my Google at the top. I basically did a little daily tasks sort of spread where I just made a list of things that I had to do today and get through, and yeah, using my little pen and the display screen at the bottom. And right next to it, I did another little spread, which was spots to check out in Zagreb. And this is basically where I wrote out all of the sightseeing spots that I was having a look online just up there. Yeah, as I was saying, this dual screen system is just super good for people with any type of workflow. So I personally use it for like taking notes and doing my bullet journaling all at the same time as I'm using my other laptop screen at the top to, I don't know, like edit a video or edit a podcast episode or whatever it is I'm working on that day. I can always just have a screen with either my Spotify open and my notepads, or just my notepads. And both the screens are actually HD, full HD screens, so it makes everything just so much better. So as you can see here, I was just looking on a bunch of articles online of places to check out in Zagreb, and made a note of like pretty much all of them. I obviously didn't manage to go see all of them, but at least they were there in case I did have time at the end of the day. And then I made yet another little spread over there at the side of cafes and places that I had to like try out to eat. Unfortunately, I did only manage to go to one at the end of the day, because I was just having way too much fun at all the other places and museums. And the cool thing about this app is that you can choose to have it with like a dotted background instead of just a plain white background. So it's just like having a bullet journal open there at the bottom on your laptop, and makes everything super easy. So yeah, after planning out my day, it was time to actually go outside and adventure in Zagreb and do some cool illustrations for my zine. Yeah, let's go. So as you can see here, I was just packing my bag ready for my day, including my ZenBook Duo in its little case over there. I also got this swaggy little power bank from Asus as well. Thank you guys so much. So I was all juiced up for the day, no matter how much of my battery I used up. And it was time to go. everyone. So currently I am heading off to the botanical gardens, which apparently are meant to be really pretty. So I'm literally walking past them right now and they look gorgeous, so I can't wait to get in. So at my first spot, I decided to whack out my sketchbook and start off with my pencil in my sketchbook, just, you know, go with what I'm comfortable with, and sketched out this really beautiful little like greenhouse or garden house, or I'm not sure exactly what kind of house this is, but it's very pretty. So I sketched it out in pencil and then went in with pen, and this is pretty much the process I use for all of the places that I went to. I either went in with pen if it's like a very architectural drawing, or went in with my pencil and did some illustrations. And immediately after I finished them, I took a picture of them and yeah, kept it for later, for when I'm back with my laptop to edit them together. So location 1 was complete, and it was time to move on to location number 2, which was the Croatian National Theatre, which was a very beautiful building as well, and it had just beautiful detailing on the outside and architecture, so I had to do a little bit of drawing there. I also went to the Museum of Naive Art, which was very nice. I did some sketching of some cute statues that were there, some very funny looking statues, so I just basically sat on the floor, whacked out my sketchbook, and got to it. And again, this scene is like very chill. I just kind of did like 15-20 minute sketches of everywhere I went, and it's just a little travel sketch zine. And this was the sculpture that I sketched out. He's very funny looking and I love him. And then just outside the Naive Art Museum, it was a really beautiful like pier sort of thing that overlooked the city, and it was just very pretty, so I thought I'd show you guys what it looked like. And next up, it was time for the Mimar Museum, and this museum was probably one of my favorites that I visited just because it had a Renaissance art section, and you guys know how much I love Renaissance art. So yeah, this is what the museum looked like. It was very big and very beautiful. The actual museum itself was gorgeous, and you guys can check out my Instagram to see some pics that I took there, like a true influencer. So yeah, I found some cool paintings that I wanted to draw, so I sat on the floor yet again, whacked out my sketchbook, and got to work. And it was super peaceful here as well, because I think I was the only one in the museum at this time of day, and it was just so peaceful to just sit down and sketch out my my little sketches, and it was just very nice, and I really enjoyed this museum a lot. It had really cool art in it, and I highly recommend, if you're ever in Zagreb, to visit this museum. Yeah, after all this and a bunch of other spots that I didn't show in this video, but you can check out in the vlog video that I posted last week of my trip, it was time to hit up a cafe and eat something. So I went to the Melt Cafe, which was a cafe that was really recommended by a lot of you guys, and it was actually really good. I ate such good food. I was really hungry because I forgot to eat all day like a fool. So I had a bunch of food and the best ice cream of my life, sat down, whacked out my ZenBook Duo, and it was time to get to work again. And this whole vibe of this cafe was really, really sweet and nice to work with. It had really cute ambience and I just really enjoyed it. So I also recommend this place. So yeah, I used Photoshop to open up my pictures of the illustrations that I did all day and edit them and basically turn them into sort of digital illustrations, if that makes any sense. And then I also used Photoshop and the little screen pad at the bottom to actually draw out and write out the text for my cover page and my back page, which was just super easy because if you're on the go and you just want to like write down an idea or sketch down an idea that you have, but you just don't have anything else to write it on and you just have a laptop, this solves all your problems, right? Like you just put it down there. The laptop has a little button that can switch the apps from screen to screen, which makes it super easy to just put your Photoshop page down at the bottom and you can sketch out your idea immediately. And this made like compiling a zine an absolute dream because I could both compile my zine in InDesign and also make my covers, my front and back covers on Photoshop. It was just all in one. It was perfect. So yeah, here you can see me just kind of designing the cover and back page. The back page pretty much just says thank you and my little signature at the bottom. And yeah, I was just kind of compiling the drawings in Photoshop into like A5 pages so that then I could print them off when I got home to make an A6 zine. But more on that when we get home. And basically that was it for my time in Croatia, sadly. And then I was back at home, ready to print off my zine. As you can see here, I printed them off on A4 pages, so 2 A5 pages per page, and then I cut them into A5 so that I had like a bunch of spreads. I also forgot to mention, but I did all of my zine planning on my ZenBook Duo laptop on the little screen pad at the bottom. I just like roughed out some pages and decided like which pages I was going to include and the numbers and everything. I just forgot to film that bit like a fool. So yeah, here you can just see me like organizing my pages and seeing where each one of them went. At this point, Pipa also realized that she had made a little bit of a mistake and printed the wrong spread together, so one of the illustrations is actually split up throughout the zine, but it's fine. I think it adds a little bit of character to it. And then I just stuck the pages together so they would turn into front and back pages, if that makes any sense. You'll soon see. And yeah, turn them into front and back pages, and then of course cut out my front and back covers and put them down side by side as well. And then reorganized my zine so that the pages were all in the order that they were meant to be, and then just folded it down the middle. Sadly, I didn't actually have like one of those like extended staplers, so I couldn't staple my zine together, so I just folded it down really tightly and it kind of stayed together, and I quite like it like this, looking a bit rough and stuff. So yeah, I kept it just as it was, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out, you guys. Look at it. So hey guys, I'm back home now and I've actually completed my little zine. How cute is it? So it's a one-day zine, which means I did it in one day. Well, technically I did it in a day and a half because I did all the printing and the assembling just today, but I'm gonna count it as one day because it was way less than 24 hours. From start to finish, did this zine. So here it is. It's a little A6 zine and it's very tiny and cute, but it does the job. And I had some full disclosure, I did screw up a little bit in terms of the printing. Some of the pages aren't exactly in the right order, but I kept it as it was because I think it kind of added character to it. I think it ended up looking good either way and a bit messy. So yeah, all in all, I think I completed my challenge using the ZenBook Duo, and honestly, it was such a dream working with it in Croatia. It had everything I needed on the go, whether I was in a museum, I needed to scan my sketches immediately, or I was at the coffee shop and wanted to assemble my zine. It was there for me and it worked perfectly. Thank you so much again to ASUS UK for taking us on this amazing trip and providing us with some amazing laptops. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour of my new zine. So here is my little travel zine, all done and completed. I added some little stars to it, some little star stickers, just to really make it that cute. And yeah, let's get into it. So it starts off with a little map of where I was and basically where in Croatia I was, and it starts off with some sketches from the museum. I did this cute sketch of the cathedral and the treasury buildings, some sketches from the Naive Art Museum, and a bit of a sketch from the botanical gardens. I did this really cool sketch of this beautiful monument in the middle of a roundabout. Some more sketches from the museums and the botanical gardens, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out really cute. And then at the end here, just a little map of the places that I actually visited during this little trip. So yeah, that's my zine. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make it and the little process that went into it. I really hope you guys enjoyed coming along on this adventure with me and watching me fulfill this challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well, and if you haven't seen my behind the scenes video of this whole trip and everything in between what you saw in this video, don't forget to check it out. The link is in the description, and also it's just on my channel. So yeah, you can get a little bit of a preview of what the actual trip behind the scenes was like. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.